is just around the corner.
And we are live with the press conference, man. Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall, man. Here we go. Press conference, everything. Boy,
viewers on Top Rank.
Top Rank. And EJ Boxer live on my channel as well.
For Shields versus Marshall. We are about to make history as Boxer and Sky Sports presents a unification contest to crown the undisputed ruler of the middleweight division.
Yeah, what do you mean?
First, the undefeated queen.
Who's coming?
Northeast of England.
You know the funny thing about their personalities, like Ricky Hatton and Floyd Mayweather. That's naturally Claressa Shields to many people is a heel, but she's a heel, but she's a likable heel. And then you got Savannah Marshall, it's like Ricky Hatton, the northern girl. Everything's laid back. She doesn't come across very confident, but then she's getting her confidence. You know what I mean? But this is the biggest fight for her. And, they're going to see if it's worth it. I mean, if she wins, boy, she becomes a superstar in boxing. If she does okay, she's still okay. But Claressa Shields is on it, man. I mean, this is my meal also as well, like Kevin Kelly and Nassim Hamid, where Kevin Kelly came over to the UK and he pursued Nassim Hamid for the fight. Another Northerner as well. And, that fight happened in America. That was big in Madison Square Garden, but this is different. This happened in London. And here we go. Who's this? She's all dressed up in her suit. She got a suit. She got a belt. What happened to her arm? Is something happened to her arm? Oh, she's holding the belt. That's why her arms is like that. So at the bottom of the stairs, they're at a hotel in that. The lighting could be better. That's what I think. The lighting could be better. Yeah, this is a big deal, man. She got her hair dyed. She looks different though. She has to wait for the champ. The champ. And this is what I'm saying. Like Mayweather, Hatton, Nassim Hamid, Kevin Kelly, same thing.
The undefeated queen from
Flint, Michigan, yeah.
With an identical record, 12 victories. She's held multiple world championships.
This is a fight that has to happen.
In boxing, she is known as the greatest woman of all time.
All times.
Olympic gold medalist and defending WBA.
The undisputed. She's been undisputed. She's been two-time undisputed, bruv. You gotta do a better introduction than that, man. She's two-time undisputed, light middleweight, super middleweight, and unified middleweight champion of the world. That's who that is. That's who you're dealing with. Like, in fact, she was undisputed middleweight champion already. I think she vacated the belt. I don't understand. Like, they don't make no sense, man. You gotta do a better. That guy needs to introduce her. Grab the mic. What's she wearing? She wearing a skirt. She wearing high heels, boy. I like what she wearing. She look the quote. Yeah, the belts, man. Savannah's looks different, boy. She had her hair done and everything. She's been to the hairdressers and everything, boy. Claressa trying to carry all them belts, man. Why, boy? Trying to carry all the belts. Man, damn. She carrying all them belts. All the belts, man. Them belts are heavy, bro. It's just Claressa, boy. She ain't put no makeup on and something like that in this one. I guess she jet lagged a bit. And she wearing them high heels. She tall. So when they do the face off, they're gonna be tall. For undisputed middleweight champion. She be on undisputed light middleweight, super middleweight, unified middleweight. See, and the thing is, yeah, she got more exposure fighting Savannah Marshall because most people she gonna knock her out. Yeah, Claressa is considerably smaller, but you see with them high heels, they look the same height. Yeah, I mean, they're the same height. She in shape, and she's well-rounded athlete. Claressa Shields does MMA, everything. You know what I mean? Now they go face off. Yeah, so they do the pose off. That's that. They do the pictures early. Exactly. You do the pictures early.
You know what? I actually thought.
Yeah, you do the pictures early, man. So apparently they done the gloves off early. Yeah, but I got a poll in the chat. Yeah, who you think is gonna win? Tell me who you think is gonna win. Yeah, Claressa looks Savannah's like she got her hairdressers, earrings, suit. Yeah, I like what Clarissa's wearing. That slimline. She's got the glow outfit. I think in the morning she couldn't bother to do the eyelashes and stuff like that. None of that makeup and stuff. She couldn't be bothered. She looking to do some damage, boy. Maybe I'm telling you. And I'm glad, yeah, like she got the high heels, so it's just like she don't look so short.
Absolutely, and like Johnny says there, this is your last chance to really make sure your opponent knows what you're about and what you're going to be bringing. So, yeah, like he says, I'm sure we're going to see.
Yeah, they got at least they got the face out of everywhere. I think it's a good idea. They got the face. They got the face off over and done. I'm glad they got the face off like early. You know, I think they should do that more often. Claressa just smiling like, yeah. Savannah, yeah, she's smiling. Now she ain't smiling. Everything's on the line. Like they've been, listen. I don't know, man. I don't know. Claressa Shields has been pursuing. She's been pursuing her for the longest. She's been pursuing her for the longest. Yeah, she's been pursuing her for the longest though. Claressa Shields, the whole of her back's out. The photographer should have been at the front, man. I don't make no sense. There's her promoter. So she's still with Salido. I thought Top Rank's gonna be viewing it. Yeah, man. So what? She's walking in. She had enough of holding them damn belts, man. They had them holding them belts for how long? Damn, them belts are heavy. Oh, they walking. So that's how they done the press conference. Ugh. That's why the cameras. They don't make no. This weird, man. That's a weird stage. They done it weirdly. That looks like some private setup. Who's that? Is that Red? I think Red's in the set. I think Red's there at the front. Anyway, welcome, man. So we got the live press conference. We're gonna see how this is gonna go on. The Pitbull boy. She got jury staying in the quota as well, man. She ain't playing, man. She got that American swagger, boy. She don't need no security, man. That's the funny thing about it. Like, she don't need security. She's like, oh, Salido's got all the belts. Oh, Brad, that's this press conference is very tight knit, innit? And it's too dark, man. They should have more lighting. The lighting's, ugh. They gotta do things better. I think if spend more money on the background and stuff like that. I mean, she jet lagged and stuff like that. She just come over. Honestly, just gonna put the belts there. Show them the belts on the table. There's too many to. You couldn't put all them belts on that table, man. It's too much, man. All right, let's get the press conference over. Let's get it started, man. Come on, bro. And then enough of the biasness from Ben Shalom.
Thanks very much,
Adam Smith.
Welcome to the heart of the city.
Yeah.
And to one of our most
see, what's up, popcorn boxing? Nah, I don't do no footage. I don't do that.
Deep-rooted decade rivalry comes to fruition.
No popcorn box. Nah, popcorns.
Of what will be an unprecedented night at London's O2.
Yeah.
This is a landmark moment
for women's boxing, for real. They need to change up the. Maybe they should make it 12 rounds instead of 10. See, they don't introduce her. Undisputed, 2-time undisputed champion, unified champion. They don't really. They don't really introduce her properly. I think they're from.
It's incredible. This has to be the biggest story in women's boxing.
Yeah.
Sport needs the greatest rivalries. You see it with Nadal, Federer, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and now for women's boxing we have Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shields. This is also going to be the biggest night in.
So I'm sure Savannah just wanted to wear tracksuit.
Female card for the first time.
All female cards.
Our friends are top ranked.
Oh shit!
An unbelievable chief support in Michaela Mayer against Alicia Baumgart.
Oh yeah, that should be good.
Live on Sky Sports at the O2.
Is it pay-per-view?
For everyone, not on box office, as many people thought.
Oh,
see, huge investment by Boxer and Sky into women's boxing.
They're not doing pay-per-view.
A huge night for boxing.
That should be pay-per-view. They don't think the audience are gonna pay. They don't think people are gonna pay.
And it's all down to these two putting it all on the line.
They don't think people are gonna pay.
At the top of their game with a story that spans over 10 years.
Where her trainer at?
Straight to the finals. Claressa, welcome back to Britain again. You lit up.
Why is she getting talk first?
There in Newcastle as well, and back.
Supposed to talk to the
London, where of course you struck gold in 2012.
Twice, yeah.
The one defeat on the slate to Savannah.
What do you mean after? No, what do you mean after?
Right, what you think?
No, man. You got.
Hello? It means a lot to be here. I'm grateful that the UK fans have accepted me, once again to come over here and fight. Savannah Marshall, she got lucky in 2012, but she won't get lucky in 2022.
That's right.
What do you mean she got lucky? Do you think it was just an aberration on your slate, on your record?
I was 17. Also, London was hosting the Olympics, and they also favored her. I never scored 8 points in any of my fights leading up, and that was the point system. And then all of a sudden, I scored 8. Just scored 30 points the day before, as I did every other fight. And then all of a sudden, against her, I only scored 8 points versus her 14. I was 17. She couldn't shake me. She didn't drop me. She didn't get an 8 count. But all of a sudden, now she's a knockout puncher.
You sparred together as well, but it's more of the sparring outside the ring in recent weeks.
Boy, Claressa ain't giving her no respect. Ain't got hatred.
I don't hate nobody, but I really do have a huge dislike for her. My grandmother told me not to use the word hate, so I don't use it, but I don't like her, and she one of my biggest haters.
Yeah,
shit. So this is, for you, the most important thing in your career to date?
That's what they're making it as. They're saying that, she's, a big knockout puncher. She's the only blemish on my record as an amateur, and she has the recipe to beat me. So my job is to show everybody in the world that she doesn't, and that I don't reign supreme for no reason in 3 different weight classes.
Exactly.
Because if she was the one that was really supreme, she would be champion in 3 different weight classes and not me.
Savannah, you've
That's right.
Everybody out.
That's right. Tell her. Let's see what Savannah has to say.
Possess and the talent that's come to fruition in the last couple of years under Peter Fury with this chemistry. Do you feel now is the moment, the time for you to become the undisputed middleweight champion?
I do, yeah. This fight has been a long time coming. But we're here.
I like Savannah though. She cool.
September the 10th, I will be the new undisputed middleweight champion of the world.
And what is it about Claressa? Obviously, there's the decade of history. Is there jealousy that she went on to become a double Olympic champion and the world titles at different weights, and that you've had to struggle harder? What is it? Or is there, as Claressa said,
I might have to buy my ticket. I might have to buy my ticket for this one.
No, not at all. I'm a fan of Claressa Shields. What she's done for the sport is amazing. She's a pioneer for the sport. But the reality is, she doesn't beat me. She didn't before, and she won again. And that's what it is, and it kills her.
Whoa.
Look. It absolutely burns inside.
What burns inside?
The fact that I beat you and I'll beat you again.
It burns inside of you that I got 2 Olympic gold medals and you have 0. That's why you kept begging for the fight. That's why I can beat her. What else have you done to sell yourself? What else have you done in your career besides brag about beating me 10 years ago?
I've knocked out people you went 10 rounds with.
No one you fought was elite.
You what?
No one you fought was elite. They were good.
It's the same people.
Hannah Rankin was your best opponent. Who else was your best opponent? Name them.
I'm not saying that. We've boxed the same people that didn't go the distance for me, but
you fought against Kim 3 years after I fought against her.
Skipped out the ring with you, and you haven't improved.
Who haven't improved?
You haven't improved since Femke?
Please stop. You declined 2012. That's why you never won nothing else after.
And then you got I did.
No world championship.
All this
No Olympic gold medal.
Years ago.
One belt.
All this gold
This
rubbish
is
would have been
embarrassing.
over
I
in 2018.
I got 5 belts over there. You got
Yeah,
one.
it'll soon be over here.
It'll soon be over. You're not gonna beat me. You're not gonna beat me.
I'm just gonna beat you. I'm gonna outbox you.
Now you're gonna outbox me or knock me out. Pick one.
I'm gonna hurt you and I'm gonna outbox you. That's 2 for you.
You're not gonna knock me out and you're not gonna beat me.
I'm gonna hurt you and I'm gonna outbox you.
Are you gonna knock me out?
I'm gonna hurt you and I'm gonna outbox you. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's
It
it.
doesn't sound like a knockout to me.
She has got a lot of knockouts on the record. Do you think?
Okay.
people aren't making
Come
up
on,
for
man.
Your power as well as your speed and skill?
Come on, man. Come on.
It's okay, because speed is power. She's slow as hell.
Yeah.
We all know that. Watch the fight with her and Femke. Both of them didn't even land barely. And then she landed the big hook because Femke's like, hey, hit me. And then you landed the hook and knocked her out. You're not going to be able to hit me with that?
That's when you were hitting for 10 rounds.
And guess what? I
can't wheel
I beat her 10 rounds.
I
beat her.
She was in the night.
If you would have knocked out Hannah Rankin, you wasn't going to win. She beat you 4 rounds. You knocked her out in the 8th. You lost 4 rounds in that fight.
I remember, yeah, she was winning right before I broke the jaw.
Oh, please. Oh, now you breaking jaws. You know, up in the amateur, your record was 60 and 16, 0 knockouts.
Where are we at now?
60?
2022.
No, because amateurs matter to you. The Olympics matter, right? The Olympics and the amateurs matter. I was 77 wins, 1 loss, 19 KOs. You had 0.
How many?
And now
How many losses?
I had.
How many losses?
You heard what I said.
No, tell everyone again. Then I read.
You heard what I said.
How many losses?
You heard what I said.
Tell them again.
2 Olympic gold medals.
How many losses?
2.
12 world
Yeah,
titles.
there we go.
That's right.
That's
3 divisions.
That's right.
Exactly. You can't do nothing that I do. Nothing. You can sit here and talk, but you're not going to win September 10th.
But she did beat you once before.
Man,
If the amateurs matter, sure did.
Tell us about that, Savannah, because Claressa sort of
look at this guy trying.
Is that important here mentally that you have one over on her?
Not to me, because I'm a better fighter.
You're the better fighter. Why you don't have 12 world titles?
Exactly.
Well, September 10th.
Oh
How
man.
do you feel about coming to London again? Obviously, good memories, but it's not in America.
They both ain't giving no. They're both not giving no ground, man.
You're the global superstar of this sport.
Absolutely. That's what it's about. I'm not worried about coming over here and fighting. I've done it my whole career. I can leave the country and fight. She can't do that. She would never go to the U.S. and fight against me or any other top woman fighter in the U.S. Everybody got to come over her. If it was up to her, we'd be fighting in her hometown, Newcastle.
But you're not, Savannah. You're coming to London, so you're taking yourself out of the comfort zone as well, because you've built such a following now in the Northeast.
I have, yeah. But it's in the UK simply because Claressa doesn't sell a ticket. That is why it's in the UK.
Oh no.
It's in the low too.
Whoa.
Not factual.
Bigger fan.
Not factual. I've sold out
Remember
the
that time you
boardwalk.
did a pay-per-view?
I got sold out the boardwalk.
But you're not pay-per-view either.
I have fought in Verona, New York, where I sold out there. Stop it. Stop with the hope that that I'm not a draw, because we are not here about to fight in front of 80,000 because you won 1 belt. Please, stop it. Stop it.
It's the O2.
We're not here because you won 1 belt.
We're here because you
here
canceled the
because
tickets.
We're here because I'm the champ. I'm the quote. That's why we're here. I'm the quote. Nobody knows you. Every time I speak of you, you get bigger. After this, you're going to have about 20, 30,000 more followers because I'm here. Not because of nothing you've done.
Yeah, she putting it.
Savannah, is it for you on September the
Carissa's
10th, leading this incredible night for women's sport?
curious, boy.
The mayor,
Biased, man.
support,
These guys are
any
biased.
unification. There's other great female fighters who are going to be.
The Americans are gonna turn up. They're gonna turn up on the women's night.
Moment, a landmark for boxing.
It's amazing. Not just for me and Claressa headlining, but also the amazing fight in Michaela and Alicia.
That should be a good
That
fight.
alone, I think that's a headliner on its own. So to be sharing the night with them two, it's going to be unbelievable.
She'll be good.
Michaela, of course, is close to you, Claressa, and it must be an honor for both of you, really, that this is happening.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy that there's another championship out in the card, especially in women. Me and Michaela went to the Olympics together, the World Championships together, and Alicia lived not even 45 minutes from where I live, so I'm actually I'm a good friend of hers too. But to have those girls and have their rivalry to be on this same card is just big for women's boxing. And now I can say that this is one of the biggest fights in women's boxing because we're fighting in front of 80,000. We have a great co-main with the women, and there are going to be more women added to the card.
And Ben, Spice, Needle.
It's good, man. It's a good card, man. Might have to buy my ticket, man. I'm telling you.
It's taken so much to get this fight on. I would like to thank the promoters on both sides. So often in boxing, the big fights just don't get made.
Yeah.
People said this fight wouldn't happen.
But Slido's sitting there.
It's been going on 10 years. I think it's 2012 when Savannah won her World Championship gold. It's 2012 when Claressa Shields won her Olympic gold. That's where the story started.
She won that.
When women, for the first time, were competing in the Olympics. And now we're here 10 years later at the O2, headlining the O2, live on Sky Sports on an all-female card.
Yeah, 10 years later.
Has to be the greatest story that the sport has seen. It's unbelievable, and I can't believe it's 10 weeks away.
It's a great story, isn't it? With the history, the rivalry.
Should be good, man. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Already in New York with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. It's amazing.
That was good.
Happened, that finally, it's about great boxing matches, and these women.
I gotta check out how much the tickets are, man.
Wonderful position now, and it's a chance for Sky Sports to really showcase them on September the 10th.
How many times do we not see the best fight the best when they're in their prime? Savannah Marshall is in her prime. Claressa Shields is in her prime, and we get to see it. And I just have to thank them because they are putting it all on the line.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn couldn't get it over the line.
Belts, but there's a history.
Quote versus Silence Assassin.
It's happening at the O2, and for Claressa to come over here as well. What a night for UK boxing. Everyone thought this was landing on box office. Everyone thought this was the first women's pay-per-view event. But the fact is, I've got to thank all the promoters, I've got to thank Sky, and we've put our money where our mouth is because we put it on. We think this is going to grow the sport massively, not just the women's sport, but boxing in general. And yeah, thank you.
They pull it so everyone can sit.
Top rank as well, who provided some fantastic.
Yeah, top ranks involved as well.
Yeah, and let's bring in Dimitri Salita from Team Claressa Shields.
Yeah, let's see what he has to say.
Fighter, of course, great promoter now. And we've talked about this now for I don't know how long, but it's finally happening. Can you believe it? And how excited are you personally to be back here?
Very excited. First of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank Sky. I want to thank Ben Sholem. This fight has literally been a year in the making. And for us as a team, years in the making. So I'm very happy that we're here. Claressa is not only known as the GOAT because she's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, multi-time amateur boxing world champion, 3-division professional world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion.
Exactly.
But because of what she's doing right here, she's traveling thousands of miles away from her hometown, from her home country, coming to avenge the only loss of her career when she was 17 years old. It could have been forgotten about, but it's been on her mind forever because she is the GOAT. And one of the things that I found out being in the UK last time is that the boxing fans here are phenomenal. And I know that they will appreciate Claressa's aim and goal to be the best and to challenge herself and to get out of her comfort zone of the United States and to come out here and avenge that only loss.
You got a great team with John David Jackson, Mark Taffet, of course, as well.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters too, Dimitri. You've had great successes, but how proud and privileged are you?
It was managing Big Baby, but the steroids cheap.
What she's achieved and done, not just for boxing.
The most proud. I really believe that Claressa Shields is a generational athlete that in 20 years from now is going to be mentioned along the lines of Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, the greatest athletes, Pele, the greatest athletes that transcended their sport. What she has done has never been done.
Yeah.
She's the first woman to ever headline on premium cable network television, which was on Showtime. It was only her second professional fight. Her fights were always sold out. She broke records in terms of television viewership on some of her events,
exactly,
as well as the gate. So she's extreme. I believe that the reason why Savannah is here and the reason why many of the other women are getting the respect that they deserve
is because of Claressa.
The success of Claressa Shields.
Yeah, that's right.
Has done something that's never been done before.
That's right.
She's from Flint, Michigan, which is one of the most challenged places in the United States. And as a little kid, before boxing was a woman's business, before women's boxing was a business, she made a choice not to go hang out, not to get influenced by all the different things in the community, but they go to the gym to be the best and to strive to be the best. And as a kid, to have that dream and to have that goal and to now accomplish it and sit here and this press conference is streamed on the Sky, ESPN, all over the world is really incredible. And really, Claressa is not only an American hero, she's a hero of the world. And what she has done for not only women's boxing, for women's sports, for women's rights is really incredible. And I am very grateful and very honored to be part of this incredible journey.
Yeah.
Now, Dimitri, it's going to be a wonderful event, isn't it, on September the 10th? This all-female card. It's a real message, isn't it, to sport, to life in general, to where we've all come and where these fantastic women are now on this platform to be seen and showcased. And believe you me, Sky going to get behind this so much.
We're very grateful for all the respect and the honor that we received last time we were here. And this time, I see that the build-up is of a true bona fide championship, high-level championship fight. And it's a great point that you brought up about women being on the card. You know, Claressa herself, every time she's fought, she said, Dimitri, let's put a woman on the card. And throughout her career, we've always had a
that's right.
Championship fights, 4-round fights, 6-round fights. The last fight that we did during COVID was an all-women's pay-per-view in Flint, Michigan. So it's been Claressa's goal to always raise the sport of women's boxing. And it's quite amazing that there is such a rivalry where sports fans and boxing fans are really going to get behind it. But this event is not only a great boxing event, it's a great sporting event, it's a great cultural event, and at the right time and with the right partners in Sky and Ben, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And it's going to be a fantastic night of boxing on September 10th. I can't wait. As a boxing fan,
Ben Shalom and Sadida, they're both Jewish promoters.
Down to the other end,
it's easy to
Peter
make.
Fury, many people, Peter, see you as the man that's brought Savannah's confidence, her talent, everything together.
Yeah, brought in.
Chemistry between the pair of you since you started working together, it's been nothing but success after success, and you could just feel it and see it with everything that Savannah's achieving. Firstly, how proud are you to have had that effect on this wonderful fighter?
Yeah, I'm very proud of Savannah. I'm so proud of what she does and everything about her, really. You know, she's the fighter. She's got the talent. I'm just somebody that giving her advice. We do the best we can. So, you know, I'm a realist. Don't talk shit to fighters. I don't bullshit fighters. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It's right, it's right. And she's a phenomenal fighter.
They couldn't ignore it. The payday was too much.
She's earned her right to be here. She's well earned her right to be here. And, you know, and Claressa Shields as well. You know, she's a top fighter. And this is a great fight. And, you know, full respect to her for coming over here. But you want legacies, that's what they do. If Savannah comes out on top of this fight and there's a rematch in America, Savannah will do a training camp over here and somebody else can step in the corner. I'll send her over there. Don't worry about traveling. But like I say, we are where we are, and I respect for Claressa to come over here. She's a double medalist. That's a great fight.
That's why the fight can't be in America.
That's why I say this fight is the best fight in women's fight of all time, because we ain't got lightweights. This is more or less the heavyweight division in women's boxing.
Yeah, it's the biggest division.
We've got a puncher boxer against a superb boxer as well. So like I say, when you look at the records and you match them up, you've got Claressa that's not come close to losing a contest. And the same with Savannah. So these are the only two in this division. They're on a collision course. Now the fight's been made. And, you know, I'm excited for this fight. I think it's going to be a great fight. And, you know, full respect to Claressa Shields. I'm not going to sit here and dampen her credibility, because nothing to dampen, because I'm a realist. She's a top fighter. And she gets maximum respect from me, all the team. You're very welcome over here, because when all these glitz is out the way, yeah, all of this talk, when the bell goes, it's one-on-one. Yeah, and we just sit there and enjoy the ride, because believe me, this is going to be one hell of a fight. It's not going to be an easy fight. It's a 50-50 fight. But I'm excited. Savannah's super confident. We can't wait to get this fight on the way.
Wonderful words, Peter.
I like Peter, man. Peter, that's good words by Peter, man.
That's absolutely fantastic. It is just a
Peter, some good words by Peter, man.
And as you said,
show respect.
The differences in styles as well.
He showed Claressa's respect.
An absolutely cracking clash, a mix of everything that's great about boxing.
About women's boxing. Yeah.
Well, you're at elite level, and the thing is, you know, what a thing for women's boxing this is. You know, it's amazing. You know, it's a real pleasure to be here. And, you know, I can't speak highly enough of Savannah. You know, we're all very proud of what she's done. And like I said, and what she's about to achieve as well. So it's amazing to be here, and can't wait to see this fight. It's massive for women's boxing.
And Peter, just finally, how much belief did you have when you first started working with Savannah? And how much belief now, as we stand here today, just weeks away from September the 10th, that she can bring all those belts back to Britain and fulfill her destiny as the undisputed middleweight champion?
Of course she can bring them back. You know, she wouldn't be here if she couldn't bring them back. You know, we're not here for a payday. You know,
There you are. That's exactly why you're there. There was nowhere else to go.
You know, look, she's highly capable.
There was nowhere else to go.
If not the best fighter in the world at her weight. I was very much looking forward to this fight. I'm not going to say she's winning, she's losing, she's doing anything, but she's highly capable of winning this fight. That's why I say it's a 50-50 fight, because it is. It's a fantastic matchup in all regards, you know, because you can look at styles, pick one over the other. They both had a look at each other, you know, close. They both, after seeing each other, no doubt, ultimately believe they're going to beat each other. But there's one thing that you can look what you want to look at outside the ring, and the same goes for both of them. But when you're in front of, when the bell goes and you're in front of each other, it's a different ball game. So, like I say, I know what to expect, and it's my job to get Savannah in the best physical shape, put her through some immense pain barriers in this fight. Some complete grueling sparring is going to happen, because listen, I see it ending up in one way. This fight's going to end up in the trenches, so that's why I'm excited about this fight.
You think so?
It will end up in the trenches, Ben. Just listening to Dimitri and to Peter there, it's the respect for these fighters.
Doing a good job of selling the fight, Peter. Peter should be a promoter, mate.
Peter and Dimitri said about being a boxing fan. As a boxing fan, you cannot ask for anything more in a fight. It's a 10-year story. It's a UK versus the US.
Yeah.
Styles,
everything. Black versus white. Everything.
Yin and yang, really, personalities. It's incredible. You couldn't script it. You couldn't write it. And it's come at a perfect time for women's boxing. So to be able to finally make the fight on an all-women's card, but particularly have these two at the forefront of our sport, and I think you are going to take it to a complete another level. I really think we'll look back on this in 5, 10, 15 years' time as this was the fight that really broke the mainstream. It's the first generation of fighters that have really broken through. Claressa, all the struggles she had to go through to even become a boxer, who won a world title after 4 fights, and Savannah, who had to be persuaded to get out of the gym and continue to go back, and she just wouldn't take no for an answer. They loved the sport that much, and they are the ones that have broken through. And now we see it, as I say, 10 years later. It's incredible that this will now headline the O2 and be a historic night for the whole sport.
Thanks, Ben. Let's leave the last word to these wonderful world champions.
Yeah, it should be good, man. Should be good, man.
On September the 10th. Claressa, let's have a final prediction of what is going to happen. What do you see unfolding?
I don't know why they keep asking her first. Yo, she's the champion. She should be last.
On September 10th, you're going to see a very exciting fight, especially early on, you know, with Savannah Marshall being a knockout puncher and me being a knockout puncher and a boxer. But I see myself coming out on top. I can knock Savannah Marshall out in rounds 8, 9, or 10.
And we look at Savannah and give her a final message from you.
Yeah.
Don't get injured. Don't waste no more time. I'll see you September 10th.
Savannah,
don't get
this fight, and how do you do it?
Don't get injured. Don't waste my time.
I win this fight through heart and my brain, my boxing brain. My boxing brain wins me this fight. On September the 10th, I will become undisputed middleweight champion of the world. And that'll be the end of all this quote rubbish. I'll not be ramming down anyone's neck anymore. That'll be the end of it.
And if you've got a final word for Claressa before September the 10th.
See you on September the 10th, babe.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful fight. September the 10th at the O2. Shields,
I like
Marshall,
Savannah's cool.
Baumgarten, and many more great women on the card as well. A shout out to Hannah Rankin, to Tasha Jonas, to Caroline Dubois, and others that are here today. Fantastic.
Are you going to put them on the card?
Women's sport. Get behind it. And September the 10th, we will see you all then. The two fighters, well, they faced off already, but they will do one more down here.
Why, man?
For you guys, and I'm sure there'll be interviews and everything afterwards. Enjoy And remember, September the 10th. What a date.
They don't need to do no one more, man. They already faced off already, man.
Well, Hannah Rankin and Natasha Jonas is just.
Yeah, well, like I said, innit? Like, Savannah's is, you like both of them, man. You can see what happens, innit? This is the heavyweight of the women boxing. This is gonna be really good.
They are just two different personalities, and
it
makes for such a great fight.
Well, no, but see, Claressa got a bodysuit on. She can't be carrying all them belts again, man. She can't be carrying all them belts again, man. It's too many belts she got to be carrying. All them belts. She got like 4 or 5. She got like 5 belts, man. Yeah, she got to kind of put her arms together to hold all them belts, man. Yeah, like she got to hold together. Yeah, they kind of respectful as well in terms of like how they want to be. And look, she got a gold medalist as well. There's one. Yeah, this is pull her hair out, exactly. Claressa, man, she needs special treatment all the day, bro. The meaning of diva, that's her, man. But listen, she's earned the right. Yeah, she wants her hair out. You don't pull it. No, man, from the front, dog. You want to pull her hair out. Exactly. There you go. That's it. She's letting you know. All the belts. She's a 2-time gold medalist. She has to carry all of her accolades into the table. Gold medalist. I think people don't understand. They're the actual medals she actually got. I don't think they're replicas either. And she's wearing high heels as well. So they're the same height. It's funny, bro. Claressa, you know what I'm saying? Savannah's confident though. We're seeing it. I think Savannah does. She come with the attitude. She doesn't really care. She's just gonna give it a go, innit? She wants to fight. Okay, I'll fight her. She's like, that's her mentality. But Claressa's like, I want to show everyone so people can't say. She don't like the idea that anyone's getting the better of her. This is a champion competitive. That's where it is really. I think Savannah's like, okay, I'll fight her. I don't think she ever wants to fight her. She's just a girl, just like, all right, cool. That's why it comes in the confidence, you know what I'm saying? There you go. But it's just like, my opinion, boy, see me good. Maybe I'll just watch it on TV, actually. I don't have to be at the arena. There'll be loads of women there screaming and stuff like that. There's got to be a lot of people up north. It's a fight in London, man. I don't know, man. I'll see you. It's a fight. When you watch it, you want to be kind of front row, man. Kind of it looks like it's going to go the distance. I think they're a good, both of them good representation for the sport, 100%. Where's Salido, man? Salido been pushed out there. Good pictures, man. The GOAT versus the Silent Assassin. Let's see what it is. That's it. That's it, man. They finished, man. All them belts. So they got to do their interviews now, man. Let's see what this. They say one-on-one interviews, you know, with the press and media and stuff like that. Salido, yeah, she ain't done a picture with. Yeah, because Savannah, she's cool. She's cool, man. Savannah, the first time I met her was at the Mayweather press conference. So that's that. Don't need no security for that. These girls, they're just respectful. They're not like men, bro. They got all that testosterone just rampantly crazy. Yeah. Most of them, she's like, yo. Yeah, take the belts. Take my medals. All of them are cased up. No matter, listen, no matter, she got to carry them belts around and stuff like that. You got to carry the belts around. Is she leaving, or is she gonna do a one-on-one interview? Who's that in the background? Loads of people in the background, isn't it? Yeah, she got all the belts, man. You know, Claressa loves the attention, man. Is she gonna come on? I think Sky Sports. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight though. Like I said, it's like Ricky Hatton and Mayweather in terms of the personality. Is that Coogan? That Coogan Cassius I see there in the background. Yeah, man. I was waiting for Claressa to come to the forefront. I don't know why the place is pitch black, man. They're gonna probably tell her, yeah, you need to come to the thing over there. Yeah, because she got interview over there. She got interview one-on-ones. And then there's not much really to say. You just want to kind of get them fighting it. You kind of like, it's an interesting fight though, man. I think Hannah Rankin said something interesting. She said how Savannah is not really powerful up close. So then maybe then she might tie up Claressa and her power really at the end. You know, Hannah, she's fought both of them, so she knows. Let me hear what she said.
Something that she doesn't want to do early and get caught with a big shot. But so I think that's actually her weaknesses. Like technically, she's brilliant. Her distance, her timing, judgment of all of that is great. Combination punching, she just puts them together. It's really impressive. But it is going to be her emotions to be able to keep that under control and not rush in and get caught.
How hard will that be for her? Because we saw all the belts, didn't we, down there? It's not just about the belts for Claressa Shields.
It's pride, isn't it? It's pride.
It's righting that wrong. It's bragging rights.
They got rid of Johnny.
So much more at stake, and keeping your emotions in check. How hard is that going to be for her?
Well, in boxing, you have to be in control when you're out of control.
Yeah, that's right.
Out of control, you're going to start reacting, with your heart instead of your head and being sensible. And that's exactly what Hannah was saying. Like, she has to be able to keep it under control. And I don't know if she can. I think that's a brilliant point.
And of course, as well,
Claressa fights without emotion, man.
She's coming over here, isn't she, Claressa Shields? She's coming to the O2, which is essentially Savannah's kind of backyard.
I really don't think that's a problem for Claressa. She doesn't see that as like a negative.
Do you think she'll feed off that?
Yeah, I think she's buzzing off the fact that she's going to come over here and in her mind beat Savannah in her backyard, and that gives it that little extra edge for her. So I don't think it's a negative at all for Claressa. If it had been maybe up in Newcastle, I think it would have been a lot more of a hostile environment. Whereas London, Clarissa's been there before.
I still think they're all going to travel. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
I do think they'll 100% travel because they're loyal to the core. But I just think, again, like Hannah said, she's a very, very experienced and amateur and professional. And
But she want to go medals.
She's done that. She's been here before in the Olympics.
But she want to go medal over here.
99% of the people in 2012 were probably booing her. But it doesn't matter. Once the bell goes, you don't hear that. You're just looking at the person in front of you.
Hear it. Once you're in there, like it's all focusing on that. So yeah.
Who's this?
Claressa out of my eye line. Is Claressa going to come and join us? Claressa, let's just pop up here. Come join in the fun, Claressa. How? Oh. Good. How you doing, Tasha? Yeah. Claressa, I mean,
let's see what the champ has to say.
It got pretty tasty up there. How was it for you? Are you not thinking that?
You know what? I'm just really like, out of all that trash talk on the internet, out of everything she says about me, then she gets up here and act like she ain't said nothing. Act like I'm doing with all the animosity. No, you're the hater, so talk what you're going to talk and say what you're going to say and do what you say. But she wasn't about that.
Nah.
Do you feel like you got the upper hand up there today?
I always got the upper hand on her. She's only better on the internet because I don't even be on the internet no more. Like, I post and get off. I focus more on training. I got custody of my sister's 3 kids. I can't even get on social media the way that I want to anymore because I'm always training or I'm dealing with kids, picking them up, dropping them off, feeding them. So it's like, I don't even have time for that. But it's like, she tries to bully me online. But I'm really about that action. So if she wanted to get it popping today, we could have got it popping today.
Yeah. Like superwoman, Claressa. You're juggling a lot.
I'm super confident. I'm super already in shape. I'm ready to get out of here and get back to the gym and continue my training. But I'm going to train like I have to beat myself for this fight and just up the bar a little bit more because if she does possess the power that she has, because I don't know, I haven't fought against her in 10 years, I want to be prepared.
We have to talk about it. Adam touched on it up there because Savannah is your only loss as a professional or amateur. We were just talking there about how hard it's going to be for you, or is it going to be hard for you to keep your emotions in check come September the 10th? Or do you not see that as an issue at all?
It's business. It's business. When I get in there, I have a trick that I can't tell anyone, but it's definitely a thing about, I just get in there and do my job.
Is that kind of some sort of psychological thing?
Yeah, but it's I can't even tell you what it is because then
I mean,
people will use it.
I want to know what this is.
I'll tell him.
And then Anna can tell us. That's how it works. What do you think it's going to come down to?
You know, it's gonna come down to a lot. Who's the better boxer? Who's the better puncher? Who can give and take what they dish out? And who's ready to actually go to war? We gotta go to war about this. This isn't a thing of, let's say, in my mind, if she do knock me down, I'm getting back up with a vengeance. When I knock her down, she should get back up with a vengeance. We both want to hurt each other. We both want to knock each other out. Well, she says she's a fan of me. I don't like her. I'm not a fan of her.
And that's genuine.
Yeah, that's genuine. I was a fan of her. But after so much disrespect leading up to this fight and leading up just from years prior and her turning down fights, putting out false narratives.
Okay.
Like when I started MMA, she said that I retired from boxing to get away from her. I was for the last year and a half at the same time. But as soon as I did my first MMA fight, she's like, oh, she retired to get away from me. You're not that important and you're not that scary to be retiring and running from.
Where do you see the flaws in this battle?
She be reading everything about you, not on social media.
I see a lot of flaws.
You be reading everything she says.
All the time is just her speed. You know, I think that she doesn't know. She's a tall, lanky fighter, but doesn't know how to fight tall. All that, this stuff here is not going to work with me. It's not going to work. She's going to have to be very, very sharp and be very, very attentive.
You're going to be surprised she's strong,
she's going to have some speed to even keep up. But I don't want to go 10 rounds this fight. I want to knock her out, and I want people to know that I knocked out the Boogie Woman.
That was going to be my next question. Is this going the distance?
If it doesn't go the distance, I still win. If it does go the distance, I win.
So you win. That's it.
How much? I mean, I know for you a loss is unthinkable, but how much would that hurt you?
Losses hurt. You know, like I lost MMA, a split decision, and my heart was broken. The only reason I was I was okay with it and I fought in Cardiff not even a few months later is because it's MMA. I'm new. I did my best. And that's what I'm okay with every fight, knowing that I did my best, regardless of the outcome. But there is no other outcome except me being undisputed champion again 3 times.
It is set to be an incredibly special night, historic night. These two ladies are hoping to have a piece of the action as well. How proud, let's talk about you. How proud are you to be part of this?
I'm super happy. You know, I always wanted to uplift women's boxing. I did it in the U.S. Me and Hannah Rankin fought in the U.S.
We've been hearing all about it.
I'm trying to figure out, did we fight November 7th or was it December 8th?
November 7th in Kansas.
Right, and I fought against MK 3 weeks after that. So the fight with Hannah Rankin is where I really gave my all. And then when I got in there with Femke, I still had a few bumps and bruises from the fight with Hannah Rankin. So when I got inside the ring, my goal was just to beat Femke and to win. But I wasn't as sharp, and I was a little beat down because Hannah Rankin was hitting me with some mean punches, and we headbutted each other at the weigh-in. I mean, it was real beef. But she's my best friend now, and I'm happy to see that she'll be getting a fight with Natasha Jonas, who just come up to 154. Knocked out, I forgot her name.
Chris Namas. Yeah. Chris Namas.
Chris Namos, yep, Namos, however they said. She knocked her out, which I thought would be a harder fight, but she went there and handled her business. So to see these two inside the ring, which I know Hannah Rankin is a very, very tough fighter. She's gotten better since we fought, and Natasha Jonas is just healed in her own right. Been to the Olympics, had a great amateur career. I think this was a great fight for women, and it's really number 154 versus number 2, because she's number 2 right now.
It's set to be a fabulous night. What happens then on September the 10th before we let you go? What happens?
I win. So all you got to worry about is I'm winning. But just know I'm coming to the weigh-in. I'm going to be kind of beefy. I'm talking about I'm having muscles here, muscles there. I'm having muscles everywhere because I'm not losing this fight. I'm not losing this fight because I'm unbeatable. And I'm just going to show her that I'm going to train extra, extra hard for you because I don't just want to beat you. I want to destroy you, and I want to shut you up. You're called the silent assassin. It's time to be quiet.
Are you thinking beyond this fight?
I have an MMA fight in November. But right now, I'm just focused on this fight with her. I've never done that look ahead. Even when I was getting ready to fight against Hannah Rankin, I knew I had to fight 3 weeks later. It still just was like, I focused on Hannah Rankin. I didn't even watch Film of MK to after me and Hannah Rankin fought.
That's way to be. Well, Hannah's obviously been in with Savannah as well. Are you going to be picking Hannah's brains?
We already talked.
We talked about this already. We talked about this already.
We more locked in than y'all know. This is my girl right here.
Okay.
And I just love that, she's honest. And she's honest. She's fought against me. She's fought against Savannah Marshall. And she's a good fighter herself. And now you're not even good no more. You're great. You got multiple belts at 154. I'm so proud of you. But I'm just like, when we talk, I didn't even ask her to do Savannah Marshall punch hard. That's not what I asked. I asked her more how was she in the fight? And from what I know, Hannah Rankin has always been too small for 160. Even when we fought. She's a little bit taller than me, but she's always been too small for 160.
There's a lot of love in this room at the moment. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the build up. I reckon it's going to get even more spicy as we get closer. I can feel it.
Are you training today?
Yes.
At Churchill's?
Yes.
At what time?
I just
she trained.
I think
they're training. Shields Marshall. If that's not enough to look forward to.
She's training at Churchill's.
Cracker coming your way.
They're training at Churchill's. That's where she's training at. Oh man, that's where she ain't gonna train the All Stars then. She training at Churchill's, boy. Shit. There's Bongania, Alicia Bongania versus thingy. What's her name again? Should be a good fight. That one fight should be good. Technically good fight. Mayor. All American, innit? Alicia's savage though, man. Yeah, but Lisa Bongalia versus Thingy Mayer. Should be good fight. That's a good fight right there. This is the thing about it. They need to Alicia Moore versus Mikhail Mayer. Women's boxing need to build themselves up. That's what's up, man. They're gonna bring Savannah Marshall over.
How much are you looking forward to that?
I'm really excited about it. Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let me see what people are saying in the chat. Anyway, in the chat. Let me see what people are saying in the chat. In my chat, anyone come over? Let me see. See what's going on. Claressa Shields, she trained in Churchill's. Okay. Anyone saying anything? Yeah, women's boxing, and to be fair, I'm probably the only one who like women boxing. Nah, no one's really saying anything. Okay, we'll go on the poll. 33% got Savannah Marshall. 67% they've got Claressa Shields. So Claressa Shields, on my poll, they've got winning. My man Popcorn was looking for me to view the press conference. Nah, I ain't viewing it. You know what I'm saying? So nah, that's where. So it's still going on. I think at some point, what's her name again? I think is gonna come over there, innit? What's her name? Savannah Marshall gonna say something, but Savannah's funny though, but she's got a very laid back attitude, man. From up north, very laid back and stuff like that. She sells the fight very well. She has to come across very confident to sell the fight. But actually, I just got the attitude. She's like, well, I'll give it a go, innit? You know what I mean? She'll just give it a go. A lot of the time with boxers, there's a lot of mental battles going on. Claressa Shields, boy, she's putting it all on the line over here. She put it on the line. She's coming to London, putting her belts on the line. She didn't need to. She could just carry on, but she needs someone. You know what I mean? That's the one that, is needling her, is bothering her. And so I don't think Savannah even even thought about Claressa Shields. It was just another amateur fight. That's the way I see it. But because Claressa achieved so much, and people keep bringing her name, it's more to her. It's more to do with her and her own ego of why she wants to fight. But I think Savannah's like, okay, I'll fight her. I'll try and be a world champion. But it's worked out well. It's worked out very well that Savannah Marshall in this position. And and she's looking at it like, I don't really like her. I beat her before, but it was a point scoring system on the amateurs, not necessarily where we're doing now. This is a complete deep end dive. That one there was amateur 3 rounds, whatever. This one here is going in, man. They're getting 10 rounds, 10 2-minute rounds, and for the undisputed middleweight championship. So this is deeper than any of the two of them have faced each other since. But I heard they sparred each other since. This is something they sparred each other since. But Savannah's just like, okay, whether you got the better of me. I don't think she's bothered either way. As you can see, she never came up to the she never came up and got the interviews. You see, this is what I'm saying. She's not really on it, like, you know what I mean. She likes to be in the box and a bit of light, but she's not. I don't need the light and stuff like that. That's not where she's at. That's not who she's been. Claressa is dying to. She wants people's respect, and she wants people to acknowledge her as the best, man. And that's where she's at. That's where Claressa Shields is at, man. So she's training at Churchill's today, man. Damn. I ain't going chasing no woman down Churchill's boxing gym. It's long. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Maybe what my man I think has to say. It was a good press conference. It was more entertaining than Anthony Joshua's one and Usyk, I'll tell you that right now. Let me hear what T-Tree's saying.
That loss really, really, like, it brings her piss to a boil. She'd be pissed. Here, let's listen to what she had to say about the fight before we get up out of here. But for those who don't know, it's going to be here in the States on ESPN Plus, September the 10th. It's going to be a midday card for us. They're going to be in the ring at about 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Over in the UK, it's going to be on regular Sky Sports, not Sky Sports pay-per-view or box office. Yeah. The undercard, as it stands right now, is going to feature Michaela Mayer versus Alicia Baumgartner, and I expect a couple of more fights. Not Natasha Jonas and Hannah Rankin. I expect for that to be its own event. But let's go listen to what Claressa Shields had to say before we go get up out of here at the press conference. These are just some highlights for those who didn't see it.
And back you come to London, where, of course, you struck gold in 2012, just after the one defeat on the slate to Savannah Marshall. How much is it burning inside you to right what you think is a wrong?
It means Hello? It means a lot to be here. I'm grateful that the UK fans have accepted me, once again to come over here and fight. Savannah Marshall, she got lucky in 2012, but she won't get lucky in 2022.
What do you mean she got lucky? Do you think it was just an aberration on your slate, on your record?
I was 17. Also, London was hosting the Olympics, and they also favored her. I never scored 8 points in any of my fights leading up, and that was the point system. And then all of a sudden, I scored 8, just scored 30 points the day before, as I did every other fight. And then all of a sudden, against her, I only scored 8 points versus her 14. I was 17. She couldn't shake me. She didn't drop me. She didn't get an 8 count. But all of a sudden, now she's a knockout puncher.
You've sparred together as well, but it's more the sparring outside the ring in recent weeks, months. Is there a genuine dislike, almost a hatred for Savannah at this stage?
Wow.
I don't hate nobody, but I really do have a huge dislike for her. My grandmother told me not to use the word hate, so I don't use it, but I don't like her, and she's one of my biggest haters.
So this is for you the most important thing.
This is one of my biggest haters. Yeah. But the funny thing about it, yeah. The funny thing about it is like, it's not like it's not like you ain't hating on her though as well though, because look. Oh man, how can I put it, man? You've been calling for the fight as well. You know what I mean? You've been calling for the fight. It should be good, man. You know what I'm saying? It should be good. It should be good. What's this channel? I haven't seen this channel before. I'm really interested in. I don't know if this fight is garnering that much attention as I'd like. You know what I mean? So I think the numbers, they don't think it's gonna do well on field. I don't think people are gonna think it'll probably bomb. To be honest with you, but I think the making of the fight could cause them to do pay-per-view. You know what I mean? I think that could probably cause people into buying pay-per-view, but I don't think they're confident in them making pay-per-view numbers. Like the Zone, it was on regular the Zone. Katie Taylor and what's his name again? Amanda Serrano. That was on normal done with the Zone, you know what I'm saying? But for special occasions, you make it pay-per-view. But I don't think 10 rounds and stuff like that. I can't see people say, yo, I need to put my money on this women's fight. Women's boxing hasn't got to that level yet, even though this is like one of the best fights in the sport, hands down. You know what I mean? Hands down, this is like these are in their prime, but women's fighters, to take it to the next level, they need to compete against each other. They need this, you know what I'm saying? They need this really badly to move on, you know what I mean, and for the next generation as well, you know what I'm saying, so they can say yo, you know what I'm saying. We see what these stars are saying. These stars, what's going on, buddy? I ain't talked these stars for a minute.
Yeah, against Marie-Eve Descaries from Canada. This is the girl she beat to become the undisputed champion. I don't know if you guys saw the fight with this Descaries chick, okay? And Cynthia Lozano. I don't know if you saw that fight. I have no clue if you did. All right? It was embarrassing to watch.
He's dialing Dutchie's record?
It was one of the most embarrassing fights I've ever seen in my life.
What fight is that?
It was embarrassing because Cynthia Lozano literally looked like she didn't know how to fight.
Oh, that's terrible.
And this is a world title fight.
Yeah, some of the levels not that good.
I was scratching my head like, yo, this girl literally can't fight. What's going on?
That's why it's not pay-per-view.
And Marie-Eve was like, she wasn't looking spectacular against this girl. They didn't know how to.
This is what I'm trying to say, and I agree with him. The level of women's boxing is not at a level where it's not at a level with the men yet. You know what I mean? It's these two are the best, but there's not many of them like that level of women's boxing. It's not at that level yet. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at in a minute. I'm trying to see anyone else is really covering, and anyone else is really covering the sport. I'll tell you, they're trying to give it as much coverage as well. Sky Sports, everyone, interviews and so forth and stuff like that. So we'll see. Claressa Shields, man. She's training at Churchill's. I would have loved to watch the amateur fight, though. You know what I mean? I would have loved to watch the amateur fight. What's this? Oh, that's a good picture right there. Unified. The press conference. Oh, they got a press conference happening when? Oh, I think this press conference is. I think they're gonna do it on delay. They're doing the press conference by delay in Top Rank. For this, they should have been doing it at the same time. I thought. But there's nothing really much to say. You know what I'm saying? It's a question of styles. The styles makes fights or whatever. And Claressa Shields to me is on the Mayweather kind of. She can talk it, but she backs it. She walk it how she talks it. You know what I mean? Savannah Marshall is like that. Ricky Hatton, play darts down the pub. Even though Savannah doesn't do none of that, she don't drink on that like that. She's just a cool, laid back, up northern girl, and it makes for a great fight. I think so. Claressa might underestimate Savannah Marshall in that regards. You know what I mean? Of what she can actually do in terms of her ability. So, anyway. For those who like women's boxing, hope you like my coverage. Yeah, hope you like my music in the background. Hope that didn't annoy you. But I'm EJ Boxing Live, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.